Well, obviously, I was pleased with the energy, the effort, especially the start of game, first half. If we would have had that energy and effort against Drake, I totally believe the outcome would have been different. And it's part of dealing with a young team, trying to be patient. I was really happy with, as I said, with that. Obviously, some plays that went against us. We have a 13-point lead in the first half. Nigel gets hit. We get an intentional or flagrant foul, bunch of free throws in a row. Totally, changes the game. But to our guys' credit, we finished the half, took the lead. I thought second half, obviously, Wright was just special, and I got to give him credit. We got into him. We pushed him. We made him make plays. And he stepped up and really made plays on both ends of the court. I was really impressed by his defense even. He got into Nigel. He got into Mike a little bit, chased him. Kudos to him. I thought they had some other guys really step up. You got guys like Walker coming off the bench that made some plays for them. They were just, Tad does a good job. He's got an older team. They're very, very solid. Defensively, offensively, know their roles, and they just we probably lost our poise a little bit second half, and took some tough shots. We didn't turn it over as much, but we took some tough shots, and we got to learn how to work and get better shots all the time, especially when the momentum goes the other way.
Okay, Kellis, I'll start with you.
Bruce, some of the guys said that whenever they learn how to play 40 full minutes, they're pretty confident this team will be good. How far away do you think you guys are from putting 40 minutes together right now?
Well, we made some progress, but, tonight it was 20-some. So, now we got to get to 25, 30. And it just – I thought our bench was much better. I thought Selton, a young man that sat out 17, 18 days, had 3-4 days of practice, and now back in there. I thought he was a little better. I thought Rudy Williams, after the other night, I thought he really stepped up, was better. I thought Monty gave us a better energy, effort. So we're going to need everybody, and it's going to be key. But, slowly but surely figure out some roles. I think, Mike and Dejuan, it wasn't as easy today. And they got to learn to be the guy. Doesn't mean you have to make every play. You got to let the game come. And I was happy Mike got 5 assists. That was impressive. Rudy gets 3 assists. But just too many turnovers. Selton's been since he got here. Turnovers are, and then we had a bunch of, I don't know, you guys probably know better than I, but it seemed like charges and legal screens and hook on a post up, all those little fouls are turnovers, and they were, big momentum stoppers for us.
Did that stretch when Nigel had to come out in the first half and they made their run, does that show how important he is to your offense, and whole team right now?
Well, he's +9 when we're in there, when he was in there in the first half, and obviously it was a big difference when he went out. But he's a good player. There's no doubt. I just hope and pray he's okay. He got hit pretty hard. He said he was okay. I don't think he was perfect in the second half, but, we'll hope we'll know more by tomorrow. I don't want to miss him. But he gives us another look. Another guy can pass. Another guy can come off screens. And they all just got to figure it out. I've told them over and over, college basketball is hard. They had to learn the hard way against Drake today. And even winning is harder. And, UMKC, we got to come out that same enthusiasm. The bench was great, the energy, the defense, and then we got to keep our poise when teams make runs.
All right, thanks, Bruce. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Okay, Jackson Snyder.
Hey, Coach, just off that a little bit, what can you do as a coach to help your team with them being younger, kind of deal with those runs coming from other teams? How do you teach like that composure when teams start making runs like that?
I think the thing that happened several times, and even Nigel, a little uncharacteristic in the second half, they're all trying to go make plays on their own and instead of letting the game come. And that part of that's practice, playing together, being together, understanding how we can get, when we need a shot, getting it to the right people at the right time. It's just gonna be a matter of time working together, working through some of these. I think that'll be important. I thought start of second half, Dejuan had a couple wide open threes. Corner, somebody makes good passes. We make a couple of those. Now we keep the game close, but it's that poise, understanding who's the go-to guy, how we're going to get them open, when to go inside. That it's all part of growing up. It's all different for everybody. Not only the new guys that have never played, but also Mike to be the guy and Dejuan to be one of the guys. It's a different role, and they all got to figure that out. And it's just going to be games and practice to get better.
And then we've talked with you a couple of times about how difficult it's been for your team not being able to go 5-on-5 as much as you like. But now with 2 games under your belt, do you feel like the team's kind of starting to mesh a little bit better, getting those 5-on-5 reps now?
Yeah, we're not where we need to be, but, it definitely helped. And again, it started with energy. It started with enthusiasm. It started with defense. Started with, a little better execution. And then, when teams, it's just like the Drake game. It was, 57 up or 52 up or whatever. Now it's gut check. Now having the poise to get into something, not trying to go make your own play on your own. I thought the play hard chart, we had that energy in the first half. We were really good. And then the second half, I don't even know, did they turn it over? Almost nothing. And we didn't have quite the pop and that we needed to. So that it'll come with time. I wish we had more practice. Obviously tomorrow we just we'll be in the gym, lifting weights, shooting, talking. And then Sunday, really good prep for UMKC, off Tuesday. And then we got to have 3 good days of practice going into UNLV.
And then I just wanted to ask you on that, having 3 games in 6 days just right off the bat, that has to be kind of a challenge when you haven't been able to go game speed a lot to just have that much live action that quickly. Do you think that fatigue may be a problem, or do you think your team's now maybe a little more up to
Gotta be
speed?
smart tomorrow. We had about a 2-hour walkthrough today. So, and they still came back with great energy, but I think even I asked Mike walking out after doing the radio, were you tired? And he won't admit, I'm sure he was. I know he talked to me about the Drake game, just, to play 35 minutes, to play that hard, to play defense, to have the guy run around screens and all that stuff, guard the best player. It's not easy. So, you build up, there's regular conditioning, then there's practice conditioning, then there's game conditioning. And we missed a bunch of practice conditioning. Now we've had to jump right into game conditioning. And, I hope it's a good thing. We'll see Monday night. I hope we have that same enthusiasm, same energy as we had tonight.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Michael Goins.
Yeah, Bruce, it appeared some of your long misses from the perimeter on 3-point shots kind of triggered their transition in the second half. How do you address that?
You got to be a little more patient, make them, again, as I said, I thought Dejuan had 2 wide open ones. He's got to make them. Nigel goes 4 for 6. Mike McGurl maybe a little trigger happy, trying to make a play, a couple of ones against Drake, couple today. It just, Selton, the guy hasn't practiced. If he makes another, he made one tonight, makes another one tonight. It's a little different, but we also, part of it, and I said earlier, I was worried about sustained defense, but I was worried about transition defense. And that's kind of figuring it out as a team. Hey, somebody drives, even though I'm not safety, I'm in back. I got to get back. I can't give up an easy one. And I don't, it says 21 points off turnovers. I'm not sure if they were led to easy ones. They obviously got a couple easy ones, but we got to just be a little more patient, a little more efficient. First half, unbelievable, 54%, 46 from 3, 10 assists on 12 baskets. Second half, not only 4 assists on 11 baskets. So trying to do too much on their own, too much with the dribble, got to do a little more. And again, maybe their defense stepped it up too.
Did you see defensive improvements from the Drake game?
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt, but obviously the score doesn't show it that much. I thought we were way better, especially for that first probably 15 minutes of the first half. Again, Casey's never played 29, 24 minutes. Some of these guys have never played that. It's just going to be a learn, listen, learn, watch, get better. That's all they can do.
Thank you.
Arnie Green.
Yeah, Bruce. In the second half, you went with Rudy and Nigel. Was that for a while? Was that trying to maybe free Nigel up for a few more looks?
Yeah, get him running. I think that's a big thing. A little bit. I think Days One and Mike got to learn. And just like Nigel's got to find Mike. And then they got to find Nigel sometimes too. And it's not for him always to score, but then to make the next play. I think one thing as Nigel progresses, he's got to learn, he can also get 5 assists. Wright gets 24 points, but he gets 5 assists also. So, we just got to help each other, learn to play together, learn to execute a little better, make that extra pass, all that team basketball stuff. You win as a team, not as an individual. And, I thought we made some strides as our team played tonight, but obviously tough game, experienced team, that they're older and it's not an excuse. It's a fact. And, but all we can do is keep working, get better. I thought we made improvement. So now do we make improvement Monday night?
Okay, Grant Flanders.
Hey, Coach, has Antonio earned a full-time role there, or is it Montavious just hasn't been good enough? What's the story there?
And you look at the plus minus the other day, Monty was not very good. And then today he actually was better. So, he was +2. We had a few guys in the plus and a lot of guys in the minus. So I thought Monty gave us a good lift. I told them Monty got to start the other night. Tone played better. I started Tone second half. Today, Tone played a little better. He's got to get better on defense. Monty's always been better defensively. But I need them both to play. It would be great if they one played 20 or the other one played 20 or 22 and 18 because they each give us something different. They're still only sophomores, and both of them missed parts of last year. So, they're learning and growing. I'm happy with Tone's progress. He basically missed the whole summer and even part of the fall. So, he's starting to make some progress.
I know you're about to focus more in on them now, but what can you tell us about UMKC and how they'll look on Monday?
I'll be honest, I don't know. I know they won by 100 to 10 or something the other night, and they had another game today against an NAIA school. I didn't see the score. They play Brad Korn's group tomorrow, I believe, SEMO. We'll get a little better feel of them. I know they lost some players. I know they finished on a positive note. I know Billy, my brother coached them, at Glenbrook North. Comes from a great family, good coach. Been under Coach Beeline. Been with some really good people, Coach Collins. So they'll come in here and they're gonna play hard. There's no doubt about it. We talked about our games. That'll be their 4th game. It'll be our 3rd game. So, I just want to focus on our energy, our effort, and making progress that way.